Palestinians in Gaza are being killed by bombs, starvation, disease, and now they're freezing to death. At least 7 Palestinians, including 6 babies, have died of hypothermia in the past week. That includes a 20-day-old newborn. Temperatures are plummeting and hundreds of thousands of forcibly displaced people are struggling to keep warm in makeshift tents. The UN has warned Israel is dismantling the means of survival in Gaza and systematically hindering humanitarian access. Well, it comes after another day of Israeli strikes targeted densely populated areas across Gaza. At least 27 Palestinians were killed in separate attacks. Israeli forces also bombed and damaged a sewage pumping station in Gaza City as authorities warn of a health and environmental disaster. Let's go to central Gaza now, where Khoudary is live in Deir el-Balah. Hind, so displaced Palestinians continue to face these freezing conditions as they hunker down in tents, the weather just adding to the misery. Hind?
Well, the situation is beyond anyone's imagination. We're talking about most of Gaza's population currently in makeshift camps with tents that they have been using for the past 14 months. The tents have holes. They are not qualified to protect those families from the cold weather. But according to the Ministry of Health, 7 Palestinians died due to hypothermia, and when this started circulating, more parents were very scared that they will lose more of their babies, and they're trying to protect them as much as possible. But we're talking about parents that do not have any source of income, that have been displaced multiple times in the past 15 months, and they are unable to buy blankets or winter clothes to their children. That's why most of Gaza's population has been also relying on aid, and especially winter clothes and shelter and tarps and tents, and not most of the Palestinians have not been receiving those tools. Now, the fact that Palestinian parents are unable to provide their children not only winter clothes but also food, and parents are saying that they barely are able to provide 1 meal per day, and we know that when children eat and people eat, it makes them warmer. One mother told me that the only way she could give warmth to her children is by cuddling them and hugging them during the night because she does not have any blankets. We see parents, families every day here in Al-Aqsa Hospital, where it's also a place where Palestinians are seeking refuge, and we see children barefoot because their families are unable to buy for them even shoes or slippers to protect them from the rain. As we came here to the hospital this morning, we saw all of the streets that are flooding and sewage is everywhere. But also the civil defense teams said that they are receiving hundreds of calls from displaced Palestinians in different areas, asking for rescue and asking them to evacuate from that areas. But the civil defense team said that they do not have any suitable place to evacuate those Palestinians, and they're gonna just put them in another street. This will make them homeless, but at least they will not be flooding as they are currently in that situation. The situation is full of despair, frustration, and everyone is helpless. No one could help anyone, and that's another reason why these Palestinians are miserable right now. It's not only the airstrikes, the forced starvation, the diseases, but also the cold weather now.
Yeah, Hind, as we're talking to you, we're seeing some of those pictures. I mean, this is the second year now that displaced Palestinians are facing these terrible conditions.
Yes, definitely. This is the second year they're facing these conditions. This is the second year. One family told me, we never imagined that we're going to live a winter during the war, being displaced again for the second time. So all of these Palestinians are very traumatized that the war is still ongoing, that they have to go through the same exact thing they went through last year. And we're seeing babies that were born in this war that are dying now due to the weather. the father of Jum'ah talked to us and he told us that he did not have anything to do, that he saw his daughter freezing to death and he was unable to help him. And Jum'ah's father is just like any other father that is trying his best to protect his children. But it's not, the fact is, like, the situation, the humanitarian situation is very hard, and also the health situation. We're in Al-Aqsa hospital and we have been here for months now. And doctors are saying that the basic necessities, the basic medicine is not available. People come here, ask for medicine, and they do not find anything. And we're talking about normal medicine, like painkillers, cold and flu, and like these medicines are unavailable. And we're talking about the winter, where everyone has a flu, everyone has a sore throat, and there's no medication for all of this. The situation is miserable, and no one could do anything about it, and that's why Palestinians are so desperate and frustrated.
All right, Hind Khoudary live for us there in Deir el-Balah. Hind, thank you.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.